everybody. Welcome to Saturday Solutions. I'm Katie, and this is kdmoonchild's world. Welcome back. I can't believe this week has gone by so quickly. It's been an interesting week, that's for sure. Anyway, I have a card reading ready for you. It's all laid out, and I'm all connected. So why don't I move you down to my table and we will get started. But first, before I do that, I just wanted to thank you for being here. If you are new, you may want to consider coming back if you like what you see. And if that's the case, subscribe. Hit that all bell. You know, it's got the little parentheses around it. Come back and join me. I do this every Saturday, so that's one thing you can count on. I've been doing this every Saturday for years, so welcome. Let's see what kind of solutions we can find to what happened this week. Can you believe it? I know. Hold on, I'll move you down to the other camera and we'll get you started in the reading. Hi, here we go. Here's my table. Let's move the computer out of the way in case we need a room. There we go. I've been busy this week, as you can tell. I have a new table background. It's much more conducive to my artwork. It won't show the paint and resin and spills quite so badly, and it'll be a lot easier to clean. Anyway, let's start this reading. What do you say? We're going to start out. I'm not going to explain all the positions to you. If you're a regular here, you know what they are. If you're new here, I'll explain as I go. What do you say we get started, huh? Okay. First off, we're going to start this, just a little bit of a, this is the 4 directions. This is a map on how to get around in those 4 directions. And, yeah. Anyway, we're going to start in our current position, which is the west. It's the sunset. What's happening now? What's happened this week? What you are dealing with. Okay, let's see what we can find here under this wonderful card. Ooh. Yeah, I heard that loud and clear, Spirit. You know, we've been learning a lot about this week. I know I have. Just how much, as we come together as a community, how close is our bond? Is there a hole in the middle of it? If there is, it's all right. Because as all native cultures know, life is a circle. It begins and ends in the same place. This being a 2 card, it's encouraging love. Look at the beauty in that. That's a really awesome card. We've been talking about, for weeks, we've been talking about choosing a path. We're trying to choose the path of love. Just like civilizations before us did in the Andes. Their beliefs of the 4 directions, as we're looking at here, was well balanced and practiced in every ritual throughout their day. Yeah, every ritual throughout their day. Sorry, I had to get something to drink there. A little coffee. I'm hearing in this card that we have been learning and that we will only find our balance that we're so hungry for through love. with this being a 2 card. It's about partnerships. It's about balance and duality. We live in a world of duals, and those duals need to balance. Duality, duals, comparisons. Don't go down the comparison aisle. It will block every chakra until you stop comparing yourself with others. Accept, trust, and go. That's where we currently are. Learning to accept, trust, and go. Stop hanging back. Stop waiting. Over here, this is the Mystical Shaman deck by Colette Baron Reed. All 3 of these are Colette Baron Reed cards. This is the Shaman's Dream. This position, if this is the west, this must be the east currently. This is sunrise. This is the promise of a new day. This is where our destination is. This is our goals, hopes, dreams, and desires. So let's find out what that is as we're moving through this pathway. What did I just say about comparisons? We no longer want to be at the end of a cycle, since this is a number 9 card, at the end of a cycle, feeling like our heart and home is upside down because we're so busy comparing our lives with other people's lives. What you have with what somebody else has. What you don't have with what you desire. All those things are upside down when you put that into compare yourself to someone else's life. You do not think like them. You cannot think like them. You cannot have the experiences they have. You cannot live their life, for you are destined to live your own. And until you understand that and stop comparing and live in accepting, acceptance, and tolerance. I'll get the word to come out. I apologize. Until we learn to live in acceptance and tolerance, we're breaking all the laws of nature. All the spiritual laws of nature. And we will just stay stuck here, waiting for the ending. But we're upside down. All the love's pouring out of your heart to your feet, not up into the sky, into the air, where it can be picked up so quickly and so easily. It has to be fought for when it's down low in the lower world. We want our heart home to be right side up. We want to stop comparing things and turn on our compassion. We need compassion for the world, compassion for everything, even those things that frustrate you. You cannot have transformation. Transformation comes out of your heart, your heart, and your home. Look how big that door is. You know why? Because it's wide open for the flow of life and energy to pass through. front ways, back ways, every direction. That's why that heart is glowing so beautifully with that passionate pinks and reds and oranges. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. I got inspiration for a resin project in those colors. Won't that be pretty? But it's upside down. Our compassion's upside down. We're tired. And this card is telling us where we want to be by the end of this week is finding our compassion again. Find your compassion for the Karens and I don't mean that's your name, honey. I love you if your name is Karen. It's a beautiful name. I'm talking about the behavior. The Karens, the narcissists, all of those who are attacking you, who feel like they have a right to be better than you. They're wrong. No one person is better than the other. And once you actually live in understanding that, and when someone comes at you harshly, aggressively, and assertively, look at them with your compassion, not with your defenses. Be compassionate towards them. Their world is being turned upside down. You know what's going on. They have no idea. I mean, if you've come here every week, you know what we're going through and what we're hoping for this world, and what we're trying to manifest is light and love and beauty and balance in all things, for all creatures in all the realms. That is our goal here, with a compassionate heart home that is not upside down, that is fully open, beckoning, and welcoming. Down here we have the Earthcraft Oracle. And I'm looking, if you're wondering why I'm pausing, I'm looking to see who wrote this. I'm sorry, Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Anderson. I adore this deck. This is our message from Gaia, and this is a message from the valley. It's from the south. In the valley, we can have all kinds of obstacles. For one thing, you're exposed. You're all out there. If you're crossing a field, there's nothing to hide your presence. Unless you crawl and scoot on the ground. So you're lower than the grass. Good luck on that one. Or you may be walking along a perfectly beautiful flatland, and all of a sudden there's a gully. Or a cliff. Or a well. A hidden ancient well that you can fall very deeply into. Those are the obstacles of the valley and the south. This is also a message from Gaia, and she is telling us with this number 6 card. Wow, we get 6 a lot in this reading. She's telling you to run with the wolves. When they throw you to the wolves, tell them, how do you do? How do I fit in with you? Or how do I work with you? Not as a resistance, but as a member of the pack. Because guess what? They're a part of the collective too. They may not read cards. They may not speak in spiritual languages. They may not walk the path that we walk. But they're walking their path, and they're walking a path. And they reach and connect to each other in the collective that you are a very, very, very big part of. So when you come across, on this path, when you come across the hidden wells, you're going to want to have a tendency to want to look down in preparation so you don't fall in them. But no, you're a part of a pack. And as long as you lean into the pack, trust the pack, you will see the path that will help you get around that hidden well. Now Gaia is saying, follow the pack, because the pack knows her love, her guidance. Listen to the wolves howl. Is it mournful? Or is it calling out in love? Depends on the response, I guess. But Gaia is telling you, as you come across those pitfalls, call out to those around you. Call out to her to help you. You get lost in a hike in the woods, call out to Gaia. Let's stick this under this card. Call out to Gaia to help you. She's there for you. And you see videos and stuff of wild animals helping people who are in desperation in the forest. Those people, somewhere in their brains, have called out to Gaia. They called out to her for help. So she's provided help in an animal to guide them, protect them, or whatever. All depends on how innocently your intentions are. As to which animal shows up to guide you. We all have spirit animal guides. But they change depending on the situation. And it's okay if you're not aware of which one it is that's protecting you. But it's also really fun to find that out. So think about the situation. Think, if I was an animal, how would I react? And guess what? You're going to see your spirit animal that's protecting you in that situation. It's a situation where someone's getting too close to you and you want them to go away. Maybe somebody is really bothering you on public transportation or something. You're sitting on the bus and some guy won't quit coming on to you. Call on the porcupine and then move your seat. He won't follow you. Wow. What's our north? Now this is the only tarot card in the bunch. This is from the Lightseers Tarot. So many readers have been using it this week. I thought it would be fun to incorporate it. Oh my goodness, it's my signifier card. Every time I do a reading on myself or anybody else does a reading on me, we always get the Queen of Swords as my signifier. Been through a lot in my life. Got a lot of holes in my jeans. Crawled on my hands and knees. Enough. As this gray hair becomes more predominant on me. I don't know if you can identify with me, but this is my position in the north. I know my path. I know my purpose. And every time I deviate from it, I am miserable as hell. So I'm not deviating from it anymore. I have my sword at the ready, but I'm not ready to use it unless you cross me. Because my path is full of good intentions. I'm using me as an example for this card because I think there's a lot of you out there that identify with me. I have lived a life of constant fight as a woman. And ladies, as the return of the Divine Feminine comes in, we're bringing it in. They did this to us by trying to take all of our rights away. It's been going on so long. We are finally sick of it. And this election will point it out. You have crossed the wrong people. These people who want to hold back women, they do it out of fear that women are going to hurt them, attack them, or do something horrible to them. So what do? They encourage our wrath. Wow. This crone, she guides her own ship. She sits on her own cushion underneath her own flag. She knows where she is. She knows what she stands for, and she isn't deviating. That's her path, and she knows it. She knows it's no one else's path but hers. She can't deviate anymore. The energy that it drains from her is too much. She's getting too tired. She will never give up, but she is getting tired, and that's our obstacle. Our obstacle in the north in the mountains is knowing when to rest and knowing when to fight. And it's coming up right now in our very, very near future, where that's all that's going to matter is the rest or the fight. No in between. So get ready. It's okay. It's part of the divine feminine coming back. She's coming back with a force to be reckoned with, gentlemen. I hope you've been good to your women. There is a time of reckoning, but it's not the apocalypse. How many of you want the reckoning of a woman? How many of you want to get scolded by your mother? Run with the wolves. Ask for help. When you're tired, talk to nature. That connects you with spirit. Spirit will give you the energy to rest and come back to the fight. Know this is a guarantee. It is a gift given to us all to be a part of all four directions with spiritual guidance in the middle. Because through all of this, the fight, the rest, the reaching out for help, we will ignite our compassions. And once again, open up our heart and our passions. Call it home. And transformation will happen out of the love that flows out of here. And we can move on from being in the 9th position to completion, transformation in the 10th. So how do we get around all this? How do we get from trying to balance but feeling so exhausted and knowing that there's still a huge fight? But knowing also that the fight is not necessarily with a weapon. That our most confident weapon can be in our quiet trust. So let's see what the map has to tell us about this. I don't know about you guys. Yeah. Another 6. 24 and 24. This card is about harmony and cooperation. sometimes it really does feel like we're stuck in the mud. It's because you haven't finished what you were working on. You gotta finish it before you move on. You can't just hop over that mud puddle. You either have to go around it or go through it. And it's up to you whether you make it quicksand or not. What are you going to find when you're stuck in the mire? If you look, the bird is watching out to protect the elephant as he walks through this mud and finds his way out of the mud. This bird is watching as the alarm behind the elephant, while the elephant is focusing on the future. But if you'll notice his feet, they're in the present and they're stuck. We're so stuck in our fears and worries of the present. We may not hear the bird who is warning us of the predator behind. And we're so focused on the future, wanting it so badly. We need to pay attention to now. How do we get out of this stuck situation that we're in? And we do it by focusing on the light back here. We had a full moon this week. The flower moon. Maybe you need to stop struggling against the mud and sit in it for a while. Maybe it'll cleanse you. Are you resisting what is coming your way? Because you're scared of it? Because it's different? Maybe you need to just sit down in it. Get to know it. Not be as scary as you think it is. And it may be the answer that you're looking for. But as long as you struggle against the mud, it's going to be like quicksand. And it's going to pull you down deeper. Quit struggling against worry. Understand what is happening to you and go, oh, okay, I get it. And focus. Moving past it. Don't focus on the fact that you're not supposed to feel that. I gotta keep a positive attitude all the time. No, you're a human being. You can't do that. Not all the time. But when you don't have a positive attitude, stop. And look. Where's it coming from? What is the voice in my head saying? Where is it coming? If you don't take time to listen, be calm. All of this path is futile. Your fight, your one desire for balance, to open up the compassionate heart and home that we all want to resonate and live in and charge in. It's all useless if you're all involved in resistance, because resistance will use up all of your energy. And if you're in resistance, you will not ask for help from the pack, from the collective. And you think you're strong. This is when you come up into the mountain of I cannot do it alone. I cannot do it alone. That's why this queen is angry. That's why this queen is tired. And let me tell you, don't cross that queen. She'll cut you off at the knees, even if her sword is still in the sheath. She's had the experiences in her life to know exactly where she's going. only in her self-doubt that she gets exhausted. In her, sometimes, yeah, feelings of imposter syndrome. Do you have that? Do you feel like people just don't see how flawed you are? Oh, if they could only see you for who you are. Stop doing that. You're a gift. Everything about you is a gift. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Okay, Spirit, what do you got to tell us? We have 2 cards over here. And these are from the Enchanted Forest. I'm sorry, the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. We got 2 cards. First card. Message from Spirit. Yeah. The Mystic Letter. It's about creating sanctuary. This mystic meadow where all things get along. Predators do not rule, the prey do. This is a part of the balance of another dimension. If this is what you want for all creatures, for the lion to lay with the lamb again, as in Eden, create a sanctuary in your home or in your yard or even in the corner of a room where you can go and find peace and quiet and recharge. Where you can take a look at your accomplishments and understand where your mastery is so that you can take the appropriate action. It's not a willy-nilly reaction anymore. It is focused, and it is about sanctuary and harmony in this mystic meadow. The other card. Is all Spirit is telling us. This is about your energy. This reading is about your energy. You don't understand how much your energy is creating everything that's happening around you and to you. Number 8 again. It's interesting. Both of these cards are 8s. It's about accomplishment. You have abilities. Use them. Learn as much as you can about them. Develop them. Use them. You will have no doubt as to what to do with your path. You will not be dissuaded, and you will be like the Queen of Swords. You will know when to rest and when to fight. And there will be no doubt or worry or fear anymore. Because trust is a way of life for you. You have ascended to the point where everything you've been through your whole past has made you this being of strength, quiet, silent strength that no one can doubt, because you're filled with feminine energy as she's coming back in. This is the age of Aquarius coming back. As an Aquarian, I can tell you, when we love completely. When we nurture, you have no doubt how we feel. Yet at the same time, we can be as cold as ice. So it's an appropriate card that the Queen of Swords showed up today. The Divine Feminine is here, and she's tired of being oppressed and suppressed. Just like you're tired of the fight, she's here now to tell us, together we are the fight. And it is a win and lose situation. It's a situation of duality and mastery. And those who recognize and use their mastery will win. And those that blow it off and poo-poo it and laugh will watch in awe and wonder, when did this happen and how did it surpass me? You need to create a place of sanctuary so that you can charge up your energy to continue to be the worker of the fire spirit. You can do it. You have it. The only thing that's giving the dark side and all this political negativity such power is illumination. You fear. You're worried about what might happen. Stop. Stop. What will happen will happen. It will happen to teach. The point of being is how strong you are in your energy. That's the point of being. You're going to need a place of sanctuary. You're going to need to recognize your heart and home compassion. That's where we want to be. That is our goal here. We don't want to just be near completion. We want to turn this into a 10 card. We want the end of this cycle. And the only reason it isn't there now is because we're stuck. We keep rehashing the same past. Time to pay attention to the predators in the past, only enough to know they're there. As you're making your way through the mud, never lose your focus on the future and the path forward. But watch where you put your feet. Go for stable, foundational footprints forward. A footprint forward is still a footprint forward, but once you do it from a stable foundation, it's a little different. It's a little different. You're not going to keep sinking. You have a rock or something under your foot to push off of for the next step. So, dear friends, dear loved ones, with this, I say let's find a message from the animals, pets, the four-legged and winged and furred and finned creatures that share our space. What is this message from them to us? I love this little guy. I see lots of dudes around my yard like this. The voice that tells you that you aren't good enough apparently doesn't know you at all, because you're amazing. And I am so glad you're here. Keep going. Don't let any of this scare you. Reach out when you need help. And just keep going. Through the mud. through the muck, through the mire. Keep going forward. Don't worry about the present. Look at the past only long enough to know what's you and what isn't you, and then shut the door. Don't be so focused on the future that you cannot see where the stable steps forward are. When you need help, run with the wolves. Ask for it. Ask for it. Go to the collective. You all have communities. If you have a YouTube channel, you each have a very strong community that is a part of this net. Don't be afraid to humble yourself if you need help, and go to your community. They've been coming to you for years for help. It's time for you to be strong for them as well. If their channel is struggling, help them. Help them. Tell people about it. And I'm not saying that because my channel is small. I love that my channel is small. My channel's going to go where my channel goes, and it's okay. I'm happy with what it does. I love you all, my regulars, my subscribers that are here and comment all the time. I adore you. And the lurkers are the ones that are important. I thank you for being here. Give me a like and a thumbs up. You know, give me that. At least it's free. It costs you nothing. If you took the time to read this all the way through, or listen to this all the way through, blessings to you. It's kind of a long message today. Just an important one. I thank you for being here. Please, everyone, make kindness a habit. So together, we will thrive. We'll see you next Saturday, if not before. I am live on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. Maybe we'll see you then. I hope to see you there. If so, say hi, even if it's just to say hi. I love it. Tell me that in the comments.